elementary friends. Today I'm at school working to gather some materials for you, and I thought that I would go ahead and make a video for you to watch, and it'll be as if we're just all here in our classroom like normal. So I got this new book. It's called When We Became Humans. We won't be able to read the whole thing because there's so much information in this book, but I thought I would just share a few pages with you today. And we're going to kind of skip around. And then when you get back to school, you're welcome to explore the rest of it, or maybe we'll read some more together another day. What's a human? Humans are unique. We grow crops, breed domestic animals, and trade across continents. We talk and write with complex languages. We have the ability to reason, and we explore and try to understand the workings of the world. Art, music, and literature celebrate what we see and hear. Complex tools enable us to construct buildings and create complicated machines, and we can even explore outer space. No other animal achieves these things, but like all animals, our evolutionary story has much simpler beginnings. In this book, we explore the journey our ancestors took and the changes we went through to become humans. So where exactly do humans fit in? So this page talks about the scientific classification of humans into different groups. One of them is called, well, actually, we know that we are mammals. Humans are mammals. Like all mammals, humans have hair, and human babies drink their mother's milk. It contains all the goodness that a growing human baby needs. Our next group to which we belong is called primates. Humans are primates. This is a subgroup of mammals that includes lemurs and lorises on the one hand, and tarsiers, monkeys and apes, including humans, on the other. Our next group is called haplorhines. Humans are haplorhines, meaning simple noses, a group which includes monkeys and apes. One difference between monkeys and apes is very obvious. Most monkeys have tails, but apes do not, which, if you look in the mirror, makes us an ape. Our next group is called, one that we've talked about before together in class, hominids. Humans are also included with the hominids, or great apes. This is a subgroup of the apes that includes orangutans, gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos, and us, but not the gibbons. And our last group is called hominins. Just when you thought scientists had invented enough words to describe humans, there's another one. Humans and our closest relatives are called hominins. And it says here, what's in a name? We know a little bit about this from our studies of scientific classification. The scientific species name for modern humans is Homo sapiens, meaning wise human being. In biology, most living things have a two-word name. In this case, homo, meaning human, is the genus name, and sapiens, meaning wise, is the specific name. In the following pages, you will find the two-word names of several of our ancestors, although some will just have the genus name, so the words are less of a mouthful. So there's a little look at that page. Now we're going to skip forward a little bit. This page is called Walking Upright. We know that's one thing that is unique about humans and has allowed us to do so many of the things that we have throughout history. At some point between 8 and 6 million years ago, our nearest living relatives, the chimpanzees and bonobos, split away from our branch of the tree of life. It was a big moment in human history, for we were now hominins and on the branch that would lead directly to modern humans. But there were a few stages to go through first, such as walking upright. Hips and knees. Chimpanzees and gorillas walk upright, but they do so with bent legs. The joints at the top of the thigh bone and knee are such that they cannot stand straight on one leg, so they have to swing their body over when they raise their leg to walk, which makes them wobble from side to side. Nevertheless, they can walk upright and climb around in trees. They bridge two worlds. Why walk upright? Why is that so important? We don't know for sure, but it's generally said that our early ancestors stood up on two legs when they moved out of the forest and onto the grassy savannas. This way, they could see farther across the plains. All the early hominins, however, spent a good part of their lives in the trees, so there must be other reasons. One suggestion is that it has something to do with holding and carrying. By standing up, hominins had their hands free to hold tools and carry food and even babies. Other benefits. Early humans might have stood on their hind legs to appear bigger and more ferocious, like bears do. Walking and running also enabled early humans to cover open ground more easily so they could search a wider area for sources of food. And on the hot savanna, standing up exposes less of the body to the hot sun. Okay, so this page is about an early human called Lucy that you might have heard before, and this would be a really great topic for a research study, but I'll read you a little bit just to get you thinking about it. Lucy's fossil skeleton was an important piece of the evolution puzzle. She was a type of Australopithecine, which means southern ape man. They had small brains, walked upright, and lived in Africa. Lucy was thought to be 12 to 18 years old, but was a mature adult. She lived in woodlands in what is now Ethiopia in eastern Africa over 3 million years ago. She could have been one of our ancestors. Lucy received her nickname because at the time her discoverers were celebrating their find. They were playing the Beatles recording of the song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. At that time, she was the earliest known of our human-like relatives. Lucy's belly was big like a chimpanzee's. This allowed space for a large stomach and the long intestines needed to process her food. Her species mostly ate leaves, grasses, and fruit, with probably some meat. She may have even used tools. An Australopithecus child who lived 3.3 million years ago was found with fossil animal bones that may have been broken to get at the marrow inside. Bones with scratch marks have also been discovered. They were probably made with simple stone tools, one of the earliest records of tool use by our hominin relatives. So what does Lucy's skeleton tell us? Lucy had long arms with curved fingers for climbing like a chimpanzee, but the bottom half of her body was more human-like. She had a short, bowl-shaped pelvis like we have. It supported her upper body and kept it upright. Her thigh bones were shaped like ours, so that the weight of her body was over her strong knees. She had arched feet that supported each step. She walked more like a human than Artie did, but she also spent a third of her life up in the trees. She may have slept up there, safe from predators. So this section is called First Team Players. Lucy's species probably did not kill the animals being butchered. They most likely scavenged from carcasses killed by predators. It meant they competed with them for the same food, so some degree of teamwork must have been used to outwit and not fall prey to their rivals. Sharp stones used to quickly cut away the meat gave them an advantage. So here's her skeleton. So I think that we'll stop there and maybe read a little bit tomorrow. The next sections are about fire and cooking, and there are a lot of great pages going forward. So I think we'll read a little more and make another video later. But thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.